already spent the opening segment talking about the Last Dance documentary, Jordan and Pippen, dynamic duos. And it sets up our first guest of the day, who we introduce with this stat of the day.
It's the BYU Sports Nation stat of the day.
Mark Pope played 4 seconds versus the Bulls in the 1997-98 season. He was DNP in 2 games. He played 4 seconds in the first game.
4 seconds?
Serious?
Yes, we are serious. 4 seconds against the Bulls in that memorable season. Coach, with that introduction, welcome back to BYU Sports Nation, joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline via Skype. How are you, and how were those 4 seconds?
All right, so I got an issue with you guys right now, because we played the Bulls to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. I played in all 6 of those first 6 games. I'm not sure they were exactly star minutes. I'm not sure my stats were anywhere near a double-double. But I told Coach Bird after we lost in Game 7, I'm like, Coach, so we're tied up 3-3. I played in every single game, and then you benched me for all of Game 7.
Yeah, what the heck?
What is happening?
You would have made the difference.
Are you serious?
I have you scoring 6 points in the series.
That's my right there.
Yes, that was a good impression. I have you for 6 points. No. 2 points, my bad. 2 points and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, but you know how epic those 2 points and 2 rebounds were? Like, it was a showstopper.
Game 6, he had 2 points, bro. Nice.
It really was. It really was. I kid you not. And I can say this because I had such a beautiful view from the bench. It was one of the great series in the history of NBA basketball, man. It was unbelievable.
Let's talk about that. And we want to get into Gideon George and Dallin Hall and all these guys, but The Last Dance certainly was really fun. Did you get a chance to see it, and what were your thoughts on the documentary?
Yeah, so we watched the first hour late last night. We had to TiVo it, but, it just is, come on. This Michael Jordan is maybe the greatest competitor that ever lived on the face of the planet. And all of us that lived through that era, I know you guys are too young, but
get out of here. No, we're alive. Come on.
For those of us that lived through that era, we saw something that we certainly had never seen before and may never seen again, in terms of a player that was so driven and so capable of dominating every second of a game. It was pretty extraordinary. And so it's fun to relive it for sure.
Okay, you played against the Bulls and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. How would you explain, or I guess take a stance on the conversation of how these guys are different? And I'm not going to ask you to name a GOAT, but how are guys like Michael and Kobe and LeBron all different from each other?
Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. Let's just put that down right now. If you're just talking about a competitor who refuses to lose ever, it's not even close. Like, there's no comparison, and that's not taking anything away from Kobe Bryant or anybody else. But Mike he just refused to lose ever, and when I got to watch that, at work close up, and he just is. Like I said, listen, I'm not saying Michael Jordan is perfect. I'm just saying, in terms of a competitor on the basketball court, there's never been another player like him.
The juxtaposition of Scottie Pippen waiting to have surgery to cost his team was one thing, and somewhat understandable. And then there's Jordan, who wanted to punish his team by playing. That juxtaposition was stark, right?
Yeah, there's so many legendary stories about guys' interactions with Mike, on and off the court. And he was probably the most demanding teammate, maybe the most demanding teammate that's been around a long time. Maybe, the legendary stories about Kevin Garnett, maybe he would kind of be in that circle somewhere about how demanding he was of his teammates to come perform. But, one of the beautiful things about watching Mike from a distance as a younger guy growing up was you saw him struggle to kind of elevate the Bulls over the course of, I don't know what it was, 5, 6, 7 years, to where they finally could win a championship. And it seemed from a distance that what he realized was that as good as he was, he could not do it by himself. As spectacular as his numbers were. And so it seems like from a distance, never having been in that locker room, like he said, I can't do this by myself, so I'm going to make you guys do this with me. And certainly had some extraordinary teammates. I mean, it was fun last night to see Ron Harper. Nobody talks about Ron Harper, but like in our series, in our series against the Bulls, we went to Game 7. This Ron Harper was just so long and so tough and so physical. And they tricked us up too. They had Scotty, I think it was after the second game, maybe it was Game 5. They switched Scotty on to guard Mark Jackson, and Scotty was so long. I mean, Scotty was such a great player in his own right. Certainly had a great team, but this Michael Jordan, man, wow.
When you talk about Michael Jordan and the impact he had on the game, it's hard not to wonder how that influences you and your team when you talk about the team aspect. So how do you draw from something like this and implement it into BYU basketball?
I have no idea. I mean, that cat is in such rarefied air, man. I don't even understand what he was doing on the court. He was just so good. So, hopefully we'll continue to kind of grow in our toughness and our competitiveness. I mean, if there's a legacy in the game, I know he was Air Jordan and he was winning dunk contests. He was putting on a spectacular show, and all of that, of course, it could have led to a legendary career all in of itself. But I'm telling you, if in terms of competitiveness, I don't think there's a guy that's ever walked on the floor that's been like that. He just brought it every single night with a vengeance. And if we could steal that from him, we're going to be really good, boys.
BYU basketball head coach Mark Pope with us on BYU Sports Nation. Coach, speaking of competitiveness, the Twitter mob at BYU has struck again and have pushed the Cougars into the Final Four of the Fox College Basketball Best Fans Bracket. Into the Final Four. What say ye about the competitive nature of the BYU fan base?
I'm telling you, hey, it is so awesome to watch, right? Like, what do we have, 2 or 3 rounds of comebacks with Cosmo just to get it done in the last few minutes to get him a national championship? Are you kidding? And looks like our fans are doing the same thing. And honestly, I would be disappointed if it was any less. I do think our fan base is unique. I think it's like nowhere else. And I think they hail from all over this country and all over the world. And I think they are passionate about BYU and they want to win. Like our fans are so hungry to win. And that's pretty awesome, man. It's a gift to be able to be associated with the university and coach here and play here in large part because our fans are just so in it. It makes it incredible.
Let's talk about a couple of signees you've inked the last few days, starting with Gideon George, the 6'6" forward from Nigeria who was playing at New Mexico Junior College the last 2 years. Gideon
George. This guy's going to be a fan favorite when it's all said and done. He is an extraordinary athlete. He's a 6'6" that's been the best rim protector everywhere he's gone. He is so talented vertically, whether it's direct line drive, finishing the rim, kind of hanging in the air, whether it's coming from behind to block shots, or whether it's just staring guys down and with rim protection. I think he's going to be an elite rim protector. He can shoot the ball. Like, his trajectory with his stroke is been on a real upswing. He's really, really diligent about being in the gym. He loves to be there. And that's all the stuff that's less important about him. I mean, he's one of the finest human beings you're ever going to meet. He's humble and he's hungry. He's already done a ton to kind of give back to his family and his community in Nigeria. And he's really, really passionate about this. BYU fans are going to love this Gideon George. We're so excited to get him.
Coach, he reminds me a little bit of Malik Fitt from St. Mary's. Do you envision him more as a wing player, as the 3, or will he play forward and move down in the post as well?
I think he'd play both 3 and 4. I think he'll be able to move back and forth. I think he can guard 1 through 5. So he might be in a situation where he's guarding a point guard or a two guard and playing the 4 on offense or playing the 3 on offense, where we get a mismatch on both sides. I think that's going to probably feed into his skill set really, really well.
The other signee that's new as of the last couple of days, Dallin Hall, the Utah Gatorade Player of the Year. This Dallin Hall, right, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Dallin Hall, first of all, this cat is like some kind of cross between Zac Efron and Brad Pitt. This kid, like, I'm serious about this, man. This dude is going to be, I just can't even, I can't stand it. This is going to be so fun. Like, his charisma is just oozing from every pore. And he's just such a good human being. He comes from a great family. His mom was a big-time college, Division I college track athlete. His dad's a big-time basketball, football player. So he's got unbelievable genes, and he has got some swag to him, and he's got this kind of beautiful baby face, but he's got an assassin's heart. He's going to be really good, guys. We got to watch him. We got to watch him go to work in the state tournament, and he got the attention of everybody in the state. And I've been recruiting him for a long time, actually. The thing that I've said since the first time I watched him is his vision, the way he sees the floor off of a ball screen, both studied and kind of an innate talent, is really special. He is a big time playmaker for his teammates. He's gonna be a great one.
He could totally play Rusty in Ocean's 11, right?
No, are you kidding? Like, I mean, it's on. If he doesn't take some type of starring role at BYU TV in his tenure here, it's just a waste, man.
Oh, I love it. Mark Pope with us on BYU Sports Nation. Coach, the transfer portal is in unprecedented status because of the coronavirus pandemic. Last I saw, almost 700 players were in the transfer portal. I know you and your staff are hitting it hard. And while you can't get into details, do you anticipate that you have a guy or two coming down that portal?
I hope so. It's we're in the hunt now with some really big time players, and we'll just see. It's just such a different time. Normally, you're on plane, trains, and automobiles sprinting around the country. I guess just for weekends now, but we would have been for the last couple of weeks. And now, guys aren't allowed to come on campus, and we're not allowed to go visit them. And I actually don't like that at all. I think it's dangerous. I think you bond, you understand each other so much better when you can be face to face. But it's what we all got. So my assistant coaches are getting in unbelievable shape because we're doing these on campus video, official electronic recruiting visits. And so what we do is we get everybody on Zoom. And so, Coach Burgess, for example, will start in the main central area of campus. And then he'll talk for a few minutes to kind of show around. And then he'll kick it to Coach Fieger, who's in the weight room. And then he'll kick it to Coach Robinson, who's down in the Marriott Center locker room. And then in the time those two guys speak, Coach Burgess has to sprint all the way across campus down to the SAB. And so as my staff, as they're clicking back on the phone, man, they're like in a full sweat lather, breathing heavy. It's so fantastic. So we're trying to break new ground recruiting, and hopefully it'll be really effective. We got a great product to sell right now.
That's awesome. Do you feel like you need a guy that can come in and play this next year? Do you need to get that kind of player?
Well, certainly we'd like to bolster the roster. We are, the one thing about next year, we have really one senior player on the roster. So we would like to bring in some guys with some experience and certainly give us some more depth, make our, there's nothing better than when you have a group of players that are really, really competing with each other to earn their time. It's a great dynamic on a team. And so hopefully we can make some steps to creating that as we move forward here in the next month or so.
Coach, with your impersonations of Dick Vitale and your pop culture references, you are a treasure to BYU Sports Nation. Great to catch up with you, man.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Stay safe.
All righty. Mark Pope via Skype on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.